You are welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe. Primate Ayodele's prophecy fulfilled as Uzor Kalu confirms plan to impeach Senate President Akpabio. That is the news today. A Nigerian Senator Uzor Kalu has confirmed that there were plans to impeach Godswill Akpabio as Senate President, but it was resisted. He made the confirmation during an interview where he explained that some senators gang up to remove Akpabio from office. Speaking with reporters at the National Assembly, Kalu described the Senate as one big family, insisting that the chamber would not entertain internal divisions capable of disrupting his leadership or legislative responsibility. Though there were attempts, we didn't allow that to happen. That is why I always say we are one big family and it is not going to happen, he said. This has no doubt confirmed the prophecy of Primate Elijah Ayodele of Vinri Evangelical Spiritual Church, which he shared in October 2024. In his prophecy, he stated that there will be plans to impeach the Senate president while warning him on some steps he should take. He warned the number 3 citizen to watch his statement carefully so that it won't be the case of his removal. Akpabio must be careful because they will soon gang up to remove him if he doesn't manage his statement. Akpabio will make the current Senate to be disrespected, and those with the voice of the people won't allow them. There will be segregation in the Senate, which will be on account of Akpabio's incompetence. Akpabio will cause trouble for his own removal, despite the fact that the Senate president is just a government mouthpiece. This Senate will not be able to change anything. Just wait for a rowdy session. No doubt the new development confirms the prophecy of the man of God. Well, whether it is the prophecy or not, what is important here is that yes, all Jews of Kalu has been able to come out even to confirm that there were attempts to begin a move to start, the impeachment process on Akpabio. And what were his sins, according to what the clergyman said, is some of his speeches. Really, for some time now, some people have been saying that Akpabio has not been, grave enough as a leader, a number 3 citizen of the country, with his statements. And he just makes those statements casually and simply, and to a large extent is, painting the legislature and the government at large in a bad light. As a leader of the country, they want to see that soberness in every statement and reflection of the Senate president. I want to see that the unnecessary, loquacious, jocular tendency of the Senate president be removed completely. And I think probably these are some of the antecedents that the clergyman saw. And then, as you know, he has always been coming out with prophecies anyway. And he made mention of the fact that if Akpabio is not careful, because of all these utterances of his, it might cost him the office of the Senate president. But well, for Uzor Kalu to come out to now say that it is no more the case, the man has survived it, but at least it's, confirmed the prophecy. And what did Akpabio do? I think to a large extent, I think to some extent, we've not been hearing much from him these days. Maybe he has taken to the advice given by the founder of the Inri Evangelical Church, the primate Elijah Ayodele, or maybe he decided to, keep quiet for some time, or there is nothing to say. Somehow, one of it will be the option. But be it as it may, the expectation of Nigerians is that our leaders should show, a lot of gravity. Yes, as leaders, and they should show high level of seriousness in whatever they do, just to make sure that the country, get the best. Yes, he's sitting as number 3 citizen. There's need for him to make sure that whatever statement is making, oftentimes he should try as much as possible to speak officially, because while he was trying to sound, funny or jocular, Nobody will want to accept that because whatever it says, his word carries power. So you should work in that consciousness from time to time, and to realize that there must be little of unnecessary so-called jokes. Yes, and it is not election period anyway, even though we may say it is the camping period, because some of those statements were made as regards, people cross-carpeting from their individual parties even to the ruling party. There are so many statements that he made as regards that. And of course, again, probably there were some that he was accused of that was made by him by the former senator, the senator of Kogi Central, that was formerly suspended but now has been restored to the Senate. All those things being equal, the Senate president should understand the fact that as long as he is seated in that office, is on that seat, he can't just be as free as he wants to be. He cannot just behave anyhow by himself. He should always remember that he's holding the office, in custody for Nigerians. And as a result of that, it's going to affect his life, his demeanor, his character, his behavior, his likes, and whatever he always enjoy. A lot of things, his public life and his private life will be affected. This life of his will surely be affected. That's to a large extent, and that is why the likes of Akpabio should be very careful. Of course, and we are happy to hear that the Senate is one big family, that the person of Uzor Kalu said they are one. But let your oneness or unity be for the progress of Nigeria. Because sometimes when politicians are together, it's going to shortchange the populace. And that has always been the case in African politics. When you begin to see unnecessary romance between the leadership, maybe the executive and the legislature, even within the rank and file of the legislator, and to a large extent, they might have been cooking something that may not, be in favor of the general people. And that is one thing that we don't want to happen. So we want them to have one house. We want them to have decorum. We don't want them to disgrace us and take us to the old days of throwing chairs and all sorts of things to themselves. But as we want such stuff, we want it to be in favor of the people of Nigeria. Let it favor the people. Let them sit down and do their job. We don't even want a distraction in the Senate when it's come to the issue of impeaching and removing officials and things like that. It's going to drag them backward, and it's going to affect what ought to have been done. And I think because of the cohesion that is in the Senate today, and the executive, is enjoying a free day, even though we don't want a situation whereby they won't be able to do their real oversight function, such that they will not become a puppet even in the hand of the executive. But still, we still want to appreciate the fact that the mutual understanding and relationship that helps to fast track some of the activities of the executive is welcome. And as it is, let them keep that going. They should up their game and make sure that this country gets to the right position it's supposed to be in Africa and world over. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.